acquired. We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. Track hit. Penetration. Gotcha. Permission to engage.
Hello, Enemy here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Tier 6 Premium, the Skoda T40, that's now available in the shop. So here it is. We can see it's available for $24.99 right now, and still for 20 days. And let's see, what do they give you? A garage slot, of course, 3 days of premium and 1,000 gold. So that's not too bad. So I've already queued this up. Let's look at the review here in the Tankopedia. So obviously it's a premium vehicle. It's the first Czechoslovakian tank available, so you can begin training a crew in that nation. You get the full crew. I believe you get them at 50%. We'll check that out when we buy it. Let's see, the important thing, damage. Damage is 220. I believe the pen is 132. It goes up to 200 gold. Well, that's interesting. So a little bit more than maybe expected. Damage per minute, very respectable. 8.7 rounds per minute. Let's see, you got 700 horsepower. Good specific power, but 50 kilometers per hour top speed, so you'll be able to get around the battlefield fairly good. View range of 370, that's pretty good. Gives you a chance to see which you're going to need, because look at your whole armor, and turret armor is not going to keep you safe. So like many medium tanks, do not be expecting to bounce, I assume. We'll find out when we get it on the battlefield, but I'm going to guess that's not going to bounce very many rounds. So here it is in the premium shop. It's ready for purchase, and I'll go ahead and buy it, and then we'll see you in the garage. Okay, we're back here in the garage with our new Skoda T40 Tier 6 medium tank, the first of the Czechoslovakian line, like we talked about earlier. So it comes with a 50% crew, so you'll definitely want to immediately upgrade them to train them to 100%. The whole point of this is to get going on the Czech lines, so you'll want to get them at 100%, so they'll start earning their skills and get that taken care of. I've went ahead and equipped it with improved ventilation, rammer, and enhanced gun lane drive. The aiming time is 2.3, which is reasonably fast, but there really isn't many in way of options that make any more sense for this tank. The wet ammo rack, I usually don't get those. Torsion bars, I've never seen them where they're useful. A spall liner on a medium tank, you probably shouldn't be hanging around long enough for an arty to dial in on you. Binoculars, that could be useful, maybe, but you really shouldn't be sitting in the bushes with binoculars. Coated optics, possibly. If you're moving around like you should, getting a little bit of extra view range is always a good plan, so that's okay. You've got 370 view range with this tank, so you probably don't need it. Fill the tanks with CO2. I've never seen that useful. Toolbox, really, you're in a medium. If you get tracked, you really need to not be sitting around waiting. So really, this is probably my best guess at what the best equipment is for the tank. We'll see once we get out on the battlefield. Let's see. Let's look at the gun here. It's going to give you 132 pen with 220 at tier 6 with 0.37 dispersion. I like that it goes up to 200 pen with gold if you need that. That kind of is interesting because when you look at the Japanese Tiger, the heavy tank number 6, its gun is also an 88 millimeter, or 8, and you've got the 88 caliber. You've got the approximately same rate, well, a little bit faster rate of fire, but you got 132, 220, but it only goes to 171 with gold, and the Skoda goes to 200 with gold. So your medium tier 6 has better stats, is also more accurate, 0.37 versus 0.38. The aiming time is the same, and it's lighter. So you've got a Japanese heavy that was a copy of the Tiger tank. It was an actually Tiger tank provided by Germany, and it's got actually better stats with this Tier 6 medium for Czech Republic, or Czechoslovakia, I guess. At any rate, going back to our tank. So here's the Skoda. Looks like a nice tank, maybe a little like a T25 possibly, but obviously a lot different. You see some different features on the turret. Keep in mind that your turret armor is only 65-40-40, hull is 65-40-30. There's some angling here, but I'm going to take a wild guess that you probably are not going to bounce very many rounds off this. So your best bet is probably not to get hit. You got a 50 km/h top speed to help avoid that. That's probably going to be useful. Let's see what it has for Czechoslovakian camouflage. I always like to put camo on my vehicles. It definitely helps. With the new interface, you can see that it adds 3% for this particular one. So there's only one option. I guess that's what we'll choose. That's actually pretty interesting. What's the say? Winter camouflage did not exist until 1939, so they just copied it from the Warmock. Okay, well that's interesting. I've seen some of the other ones where the camo values is 4%, so we'll have to look at that. Now only one camouflage for summer, and what does it have for desert? Okay, also one camouflage. So I guess that limits you down to what you're going to put on it for camouflage. But at least, nice. As I said, another one says like 4%. So I think you need to shop around for the different tanks to see what they provide. But 3-4% extra camouflage is huge. In this game, we win and lose by 0.5% here and there. Sometimes you reload your gun, 0.1 seconds before the other person does and wins. So that 3% is worth it. So I would always recommend you get the camouflage on it. So I'm going to go ahead and outfit this tank, and then we'll take it to the battlefield and see how it does. Okay, here we are in battle on Malinovka in the Skoda T40. So let's see how this battle goes. As you know, this match is usually a camp fest. So the best thing to do, though, honestly, is to go ahead and find a spot that you can actually do a little bit of camping. But I don't like to just pull right back to the buildings and just wait. Depending on your tank, some tanks it might be worthwhile. But this is a medium. We got some speed to it, so we're going to get out here to a forward position and do some initial camping, but not really too over the top. I want to get a nice defensive position where I can be forward and watch the battlefield and try to do some spotting and some shots. This martyr had the exact same idea. We're both going for the same spot, so here's a pro tip. Get behind him, let him absorb the bullets. Yeah, it's kind of cruel, but if somebody's willing to be your bullet shield, I guess we'll let them. So I'm just going to camp down here now and wait. And let's see what's going on. Ah, here we go. Here's a Churchill, so come on. There we go.
Enemy armor is hit.
This gun isn't too bad, but you can see there, I fully aimed in and it went high and right. So, do I have a shot on this? No. What about this guy? No, no shot on him. What about this OI over here? I don't think so. Yeah, no. Oh, the T150 though. Let's see. Do I have it? Yeah, we do. Come on, come on, come on. Panzer IV.
Penetration.
Yes. A little bit of RNG. It didn't quite go exactly where I aimed it, but it's good enough. There's that Covender. No, I missed. That was took a shot too fast. Okay, blind shot. Let's see.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Set him on fire. Blind shot. Just aimed where he had been, set him on fire. That's good. Okay, so now we have an OI. I think we're switching to APCR. Or heat, actually. We've got heat rounds. So let's see if this 200 pen will work any. Because this is a big tank.
Gotcha.
Well, heat works. Okay, and switching back to AP. See, here's the deal. I carry the gold rounds, but I use them for situational, and I immediately switch back to AP if I can.
Enemy armor is
And the
destroyed.
T150's down. Again, that's with AP. I went to the heat because I had a tough opponent there with the OI, but no shot on him. No shot on him. Well, okay, this is the time to start moving now. I camped my little hill. Got some good results. Let's see, no angle yet. But in terms of the gold ammo, what I hate is when somebody just shoots nothing but the gold. It's like, you know, you can see what happens if you aim, if you play well. You don't really need all the gold. I use it when the game is on the line at the end, when I'm trying to make sure my team wins. When I have an opponent, here, like a KV-1, KV-1 is kind of notorious for getting bounces it really shouldn't. I mean, if you look at the stats, it should... A lot of these shots should pen it that for some reason bounce. So, birch gun to the left. And that's why I've reloaded my heat again, because I don't want to take a chance with this KV-1.
Enemy armor is hit.
And, okay, now you see how I do this? I'm keeping on the move, keeping circling to keep him from getting...
Gotcha.
Get that?
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
That's 2 down. Keep moving. The birch gun is down. Okay, so all the RDs are down. Let's see how we're doing here. Coming down the hill. I'm keeping to the tree line to try to stay and using the. You can see how I'm using the features, the ground features, to try to remain hidden as I come down the hill. Whatever you do, you don't want to skyline yourself and be up on top of a hill where you're just poking out. Get a good view of my tank here. Okay, so now we're coming up. We've got 5 kills so far. The AT-8 is my major opponent. I'm worried about him. I'm trying to get an angle on him, and
Lost some ammo, but at least
the A43 hits me, and he has a fast gun. I gotta repair that ammo rack. Just a second. Okay, repair the ammo rack. Let's see. Here he is. Take another shot. Boom.
they're knocked out.
But
This
that cost me
vehicle
because that allowed the AT-8. So, you know, kudos to the A43. He surprised me there. He has a fast gun. He was able to get me down, but I've got my top gun already. I've done 1137 damage that's listed so far. The W&8 isn't showing yet because it's a new tank in the garage, and I guess they haven't figured out what the W&8 is necessarily going to be for it yet, so that my mod isn't telling me what the W&8 for the round is, but I think it's pretty good whenever you get a top gun. And here's the OI, Punkin' Chunkin'. He should be able to easily deal with this AT-8. The A43, I did spend the whole time missing, did I? That OI is just... It bounces so many shots. That's why I switched to heat for it. Then when the things got rolling, I still had heat rounds running, so because I hadn't switched them over because I was in too big of a hurry. But if only that A43 hadn't been camping there. The T1 Heavy looks like he's getting into the... Yep, he finished off the AT-8. All we have left is the Hellcat. And a fun game of Ring Around the Rosie with the OI. Run, Hellcat, run! See, now the thing is, it's kind of stupid for this Hellcat. He's actually running on the side exposed to the T1 Heavy. If he was paying any attention to his mini-map, he'd know the T1 Heavy is over there. The OI is smartly rolling away to try to get some angle. And then there, the T1 Heavy is now lighting into the Hellcat. Like I said, you're hiding from the OI on the wrong side, you moron. Yeah.
Rock hit. Ammo storage is hit. We're lucky it didn't blow.
And it's over. Okay, so we're back into the post-battle screen. I thought the tank did a pretty good job. It's not the fastest medium. It doesn't have armor that's going to bounce a lot of shots. The gun sometimes is a little less accurate than it could be. You saw some of those shots did not go exactly where I aimed. Alternately, some of them went very well and landed right where they were supposed to. So it's a good tank. It takes a few minutes to get used to it. I think that it's definitely a good choice if you're going to run the Czechoslovakian line. You need to go ahead and get a crew. You need to get them trained so that when they release the full line, you'll be able to be ready on day one. So as you can see, 12 shots were fired, 9 out of 9 hit. So I mean, it did pen, but all 6 of that hit me, penned me. Burned up 30,000 credits and ammo from using heat, which I really wish I wouldn't have. Didn't after the OI and the KB1, I probably didn't need them. So all in all, though, it's a pretty good tank. And let's talk about it. So that's our review of the Czech Skoda T40, the first tank in the line for the Czech battle series. It's a good tank. I think we enjoyed it. Played it now for a couple of days. Just showing the one battle. I had obviously a number of other battles. My crew is about 50% now. I've had some good experiences with it. I've had a few downs. I've noticed the gun depression could be better. I've noticed that it's not quite as fast as it's advertised. It will get that fast, but it doesn't have the power to weight ratio to charge uphill like, for instance, the CDC can. The CDC can like accelerate going uphill. It's pretty fast. This is not that tank. It's a good tank though. The gun is fairly good. The accuracy, as I mentioned, it says .37. It could be a little bit better. I've seen a few shots go wide. All in all, though, it's a good tank. It's worth the purchase. I've enjoyed it. I'll continue driving it almost certainly, and we'll try to get that crew up to 100% and get their first skills complete and move on, so that when they release the full Czech line, I'll have a fully trained crew. I did the same thing with the Japanese Heavy, the HT, the Heavy 6, and that crew is ready to go. So when I start going down the Japanese Heavy line, I'll be ready for it. So if you have any comments or any questions about it, I'd love to see them in the comment section. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. As some of you may have noticed down here, guess what the next review is going to be? Yeah, I'll be talking about the new French tank. This looks very intriguing. Can't wait to put together the video for that and try it out. I haven't touched it yet. It's just sitting here ready to go. The M4A1 Revelors. I have to figure out how to pronounce that exactly, but look for that soon. I'll be starting that video series right away. And again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Czech Skoda T40. That's a Tier 6 medium tank. Yeah, -6 elevation arc, so that's what I noticed. At any rate, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe and have a great day.